In a hidden corner of the planet, there are fruits so strange and surprising, you never even knew they could exist. From skins that look like snakeskin to flavors that trick your tongue and turn sour into sweet. Today, I'll take you on a journey through 15 natural gems that break all the rules of what you thought you knew about fruit. And I'll warn you, by the time you get to the last one, you won't be able to forget it. Number 1. Buddha's hand. Citrus medica var. Sarcodactylus. Deep in Asia, among mist-covered mountains and ancient temples, a fruit grows that seems to have been sculpted by an otherworldly artist. They call it Buddha's hand. It looks like nothing you'd find in a regular market. Its bright yellow skin extends into long fingers that seem to reach for the sky. It doesn't have a juicy pulp like an orange, or seeds to cherish like a treasure. And yet, its value is so special that for centuries it has been offered as a symbol of good fortune. Its history dates back to ancient Chinese and Japanese legends, where it was said that the Buddha's hand was a celestial gift. In Buddhist temples, it was placed on altars to attract blessings, and its fresh, sweet aroma filled the air as if it were living incense. You don't eat it like any other fruit. Its magic is in its perfume. Just leaving it in a room is enough for its fragrance, similar to lemon, but more delicate and floral, to transform the atmosphere. In gastronomy, the most creative chefs have found a secret ingredient in it. Grated over a dessert or infused into artisan liqueurs, it adds an intense citrus note without the acidity. Even in high-end mixology, some bartenders use it to flavor drinks without adding a single drop of juice. Scientifically, it belongs to the Rutaceae family, like lemons and oranges, but genetically, it has diverged so much that its characteristics make it unique. Its lack of pulp isn't a mistake of nature, but an adaptation that has survived for centuries in the dry, cold mountain climates. Seeing a Buddha's hand for the first time is astonishing. Having it nearby is like owning a small fragment of natural art, one that smells like heaven. 2. Salak, snake fruit. Deep within the jungles and plantations of Indonesia grows a fruit that seems to have come straight out of a tropical myth. They call it salak, but the world knows it as snake fruit. And it's not hard to see why. Its skin is covered in small, shiny, reddish-brown scales that reflect light as if they were a reptile's. At first glance, you might think it's a strange, perhaps dangerous object, but inside it hides one of nature's sweetest surprises. When you break open its shell, which peels away like armor, firm, cream-colored segments appear. When you taste them, your mouth encounters an impossible mix. The crispy freshness of an apple and the smooth sweetness of a banana, wrapped in an acidic kick that awakens the palate. It's a flavor you won't forget, a balance so perfect that it has made salak a highly sought-after culinary gem in Southeast Asia. In the traditional markets of Jakarta or Bali, piles of snake fruit are stacked like small treasures of golden scales. Locals eat it fresh, but also candy it, pickle it, or use it in exotic desserts. Its versatility makes it shine in both sweet and savory recipes, from aromatic rice to artisanal ice creams. Beyond its flavor, salak is rich in fiber, antioxidants, and potassium, making it a healthy snack that has moved from rural villages to fine dining restaurants. Farmers value it because it's resilient and grows well even in poor soil, which has allowed its cultivation to expand across several islands of the archipelago. Salak isn't just a fruit, it's a sensory experience. It's the moment your fingers feel the texture of its scaly skin, the instant you break it open and the tropical aroma is released, and the second your tongue confirms that, sometimes, the most beautiful and delicious things are hidden behind a mysterious appearance. 3. Jabuticaba. In the sunny lands of Brazil, amidst coffee plantations and tropical rainforests, there is a tree that breaks all the rules of nature. It doesn't bear fruit on its branches or high in its canopy, but directly on its trunk and thickest branches, as if someone had glued small spheres of shiny obsidian to its bark. It's the Jabuticaba, a botanical gem that looks more like a work of art than a food. Its smooth, intensely purplish-black skin encloses a white, juicy pulp with a flavor reminiscent of grape candy, sweet and rich. Each bite is like biting into a natural sweet with that subtle acidic touch that makes your mouth water and invites you to eat one after another. But the Jabuticaba holds a secret. Its life as a fresh fruit is fleeting. Just a few hours after being harvested, it begins to ferment, which makes it virtually impossible to find outside the areas where it grows. That's why, in Brazil, enjoying it becomes an almost ritualistic moment. Children climb the trees to eat it directly from the trunk, and adults turn it into juices, wines, jams, and even artisanal liqueurs. It's a flavor linked to childhood, to community, and to the season when the trunks are covered in fruits as if the tree were wearing a suit of black pearls. In addition to its visual and gustatory charm, the Jabuticaba is rich in antioxidants, vitamin C, and anti-inflammatory compounds. Recent studies suggest that its properties could contribute to heart health and blood sugar regulation, making it a treasure not only for the palate, but also for the body. Seeing a Jabuticaba tree in full production is witnessing nature defying the rules, reminding us that the extraordinary sometimes grows where we least expect it, attached directly to the bark of a tree. 4. Ackee. In the heart of the Caribbean, under a sun that shines all year round, and with the sea painting the horizon a deep blue, a fruit as peculiar as it is revered grows, the ackee, the national pride of Jamaica. At first glance, its appearance is almost theatrical. When ripe, its red husk opens on its own, as if taking a bow, revealing 3 lobes with shiny black seeds, and, between them, the most prized part, a yellow, soft, and velvety flesh. But the ackee is a fruit with character. Eating it prematurely can be dangerous, as in its unripe state, it contains toxins that have inspired more than one local warning. That's why, in Jamaica, waiting for it to open naturally isn't just a tradition, but a golden rule passed down from generation to generation. Once ready, its pulp becomes the star of one of the country's most iconic dishes, ackee and salt fish. When cooked, its creamy texture and subtly nutty flavor mix with salted cod, onion, peppers, and spices, creating a combination that is both a breakfast and a cultural statement. For Jamaicans, it's more than food. It's identity, history, and hospitality in a single dish. The ackee arrived on the island from West Africa in the 18th century, and over time, adapted so well to the climate and soil that it became a national symbol. Today, its tree adorns patios and gardens, offering shade and, in season, its coveted red fruit. Beyond its flavor, ackee is nutritious. It provides plant-based protein, healthy fatty acids, and vitamin A. However, its true value lies in that balance between beauty, flavor, and mystery. A fruit that teaches that patience and respect for nature are the key to enjoying it without risk. 5. Cupuacu Deep in the Amazon rainforest, where humidity perfumes the air and the song of exotic birds never ceases, a fruit grows that seems to have inherited the best of 2 worlds. It's the Cupuacu, a close relative of cocoa, but with a completely different personality. Its husk is brown and rough, hard enough to protect the treasure it holds. A white, creamy pulp whose aroma invades the air even before you open it. When you taste it, the surprise is immediate. It's as if chocolate and pineapple met in a perfect embrace. The deep, earthy sweetness of cocoa mixes with the tropical and slightly acidic freshness of the fruit. This unique flavor has made Cupuacu a star ingredient in desserts, juices, and ice creams in the region, and a coveted rarity in international markets. In Amazonian communities, Cupuacu isn't just a delicacy, but also a source of livelihood. Its pulp is used in artisanal sweets, while a rich and smooth butter is extracted from its seeds, famous for its moisturizing properties. This butter has earned a place in natural cosmetics, from nourishing creams to lip balms, bringing a piece of the Amazon to vanities all over the world. In addition to its culinary and cosmetic value, Cupuacu is rich in antioxidants, amino acids, and vitamins, making it a functional food that strengthens the body and energizes without the caffeine found in its cousin, cocoa. In Brazil, it's considered a symbol of Amazonian biodiversity. Its sustainable cultivation is also a tool for protecting the forest. offering income to communities without destroying the environment. Cupuacu isn't just a delicious fruit. It's an example of how nature can combine unexpected flavors and, at the same time, teach us to live in harmony with it. 6. Langsat, Lancium parasiticum. In the most humid and green corners of Southeast Asia, where the heat makes vegetation grow like an endless blanket, a small, discreet fruit emerges that hides an irresistible charm: the langsat. At first glance, it could be mistaken for a tiny yellowish potato, but you only have to peel its thin skin to discover a treasure of translucent segments that shine like pearls under the light. Its flavor is a delicate dance between sweet and sour. On the first bite, the softness of its pulp breaks to release a refreshing juice that recalls a mix of grape, grapefruit, and a slight hint of lemon. This balanced and light combination has made it a highly valued fruit in Thailand, Indonesia, and the Philippines, where it's enjoyed fresh as well as in jams and syrups. At local fairs and markets, langsat is sold in bunches, as if they were large golden grapes. The vendors, with swift hands, peel the fruit in front of the customer, releasing a subtle but seductive aroma that seems to promise relief from the tropical heat. Although its appearance is humble, its season is eagerly awaited, as it only occurs once or twice a year, making its arrival a cause for celebration. Langsat doesn't just win you over with its flavor. It's rich in vitamin C, fiber, and antioxidants, and is traditionally credited with medicinal properties, from relieving fever to improving digestion. Even its dried skin is used in infusions to repel insects, a sign of how communities have taken advantage of every part of this small gift from nature. Perhaps the most surprising thing is how something so simple can leave such a lasting impression. Langsat reminds us that, sometimes, true rarity isn't in the extravagant, but in the purity of a flavor that seems made to refresh the soul in the middle of a hot day. 7. Miracle berry, Syncephalum dulcificum. In the warm lands of West Africa, a small red fruit grows that, despite its size, is capable of completely tricking one of our most reliable senses: taste. It's called the miracle berry, and its appearance gives no clues to the amazing trick it holds inside. The size of an olive and a brilliant red color, its flavor itself is mild, almost neutral, but the real show begins a few minutes after eating it. Inside this fruit is a glycoprotein called miraculin, which interacts with the taste buds in a unique way. For about an hour, everything that would normally be acidic or bitter, like a lemon, a lime, or even vinegar, is perceived in the mouth as intensely sweet. The change is so radical that a lemon wedge can seem like a juicy candy, and vinegar transforms into something similar to a fruit syrup. In its place of origin, the miracle berry is eaten fresh, sometimes as a curiosity, and other times as a supplement to sweeten foods without added sugar. In fact, in some countries, its use has been studied as a natural alternative for people with restricted diets, or for patients in medical treatment who have lost the ability to taste sweetness. Its cultivation, however, is not widespread. The plant requires specific conditions of humidity, temperature, and acidic soil to develop fully, which keeps it a rare and valuable fruit. At gastronomic events and experimental tastings, chefs and bartenders use it to surprise guests, creating entire menus that completely change thanks to its effect. The miracle berry is proof that nature not only creates beauty and flavor, but also magic. Real magic that needs no tricks or illusions. Just a small red fruit capable of transforming the way we perceive the world. 8. Mangosteen. In the tropical regions of Southeast Asia, where the air is thick and perfumed by wildflowers, a fruit grows that has conquered palates and legends alike. The mangosteen, known by a title worthy of its elegance, the queen of fruits. Its husk is thick and an intense purple, like velvet dyed by the sunset. When you open it, a surprising contrast is revealed. White, soft, and juicy segments that look like edible porcelain. The flavor of mangosteen is a balanced symphony. The natural sweetness of its pulp combines with a floral note and a gentle acidity, creating a refreshing and sophisticated experience. It's not strange that, for centuries, in countries like Thailand and Cambodia, it has been reserved a special place in royal offerings and celebrations. There are even stories that tell of Queen Victoria of England being willing to grant a knighthood to anyone who could bring her fresh mangosteens to her table. Beyond its delicacy, this fruit is a small nutritional prodigy. It contains xanthones, powerful antioxidants that have been studied for their possible anti-inflammatory benefits and for protecting the immune system. It's also rich in vitamin C and fiber, making it a healthy pleasure. In Asian markets, mangosteen is carefully stacked, and choosing one is almost an art. The skin should yield slightly when pressed, a sign that a perfectly ripe pulp awaits inside. Its season is short, which makes it even more valuable, and outside its region of origin, it's considered an exotic luxury. Mangosteen doesn't just win you over with its flavor, but with the complete experience it offers. The contrast of colors, the delicate fragrance, and the juicy sensation it leaves in your mouth. It's a fruit that seems made to show that, sometimes, nature also knows how to dress its creations in royalty. 9. Feijoa, pineapple guava. On the cool, sunny slopes of South America, especially in the highlands of Colombia, Brazil, and Uruguay, a fruit grows that holds a cocktail of flavors difficult to describe in a single word. The feijoa, also called pineapple guava. Its modest-looking green skin hides a creamy and fragrant pulp that seems to have been designed by a tropical alchemist. When you taste it, your palate receives an explosion of sensations. The tropical sweetness of pineapple, the exotic touch of guava, and an unexpected freshness that recalls mint. This particular profile makes it a fruit capable of refreshing you and, at the same time, leaving an aromatic aftertaste that invites you to keep eating. In the markets where it's grown, feijoa is enjoyed in many ways. Cut in half and eaten with a spoon, in juices, in jams, and even in baked desserts. In New Zealand, a country that adopted the feijoa with enthusiasm, they even make ice creams and craft beers with its essence, proof that its versatility knows no borders. Beyond its flavor, this fruit is a small nutritional gem. It's rich in vitamin C, fiber, and antioxidants, and also contains aromatic compounds that contribute to its characteristic freshness. Its perfume is so particular that, even before you open it, it fills the air with sweet and herbal notes. Feijoa isn't just a fruit to eat, but to discover. Each bite is a journey that mixes the tropical and the herbal, the sweet and the fresh. It's a fruit that doesn't scream for attention, but stays in the memory of anyone who tries it, like a well-kept secret of the mountains and gardens where it grows. 10. Cherimoya. In the temperate valleys of the Andes, where the climate is gentle enough for sun and cool breezes to coexist, a fruit grows that has been celebrated for its sweetness since pre-Columbian times. The cherimoya. Its green, rough skin, marked by shapes that recall scales, protects a white and velvety pulp that is pure temptation. Mark Twain, fascinated by its flavor, described it as the most delicious fruit known to man. And he wasn't exaggerating. When you taste it, it's as if your palate is traveling through a cocktail of tropical flavors. Banana, pineapple, papaya, and a touch of strawberry, all wrapped in a smooth texture that resembles a thick, sweet cream. It's a fruit you don't eat in a hurry. Each spoonful invites you to close your eyes and savor it like a natural luxury. In its place of origin, cherimoya is much more than an occasional dessert. In Peru, Ecuador, and Chile, it's part of traditional recipes, from smoothies and ice creams to mixes with yogurt or honey. It's also enjoyed fresh, cut in half, and eaten directly with a spoon, in a simple but deeply satisfying gesture. In addition to its exquisiteness, cherimoya is an important source of B vitamins, vitamin C, and minerals like potassium and magnesium. Its high fiber content aids digestion, and its low glycemic index makes it suitable for balanced diets. The most fascinating thing about cherimoya is its ability to captivate both those who try it for the first time and those who have eaten it all their lives. It's a fruit that seems to gather the best of nature in a single bite. A reminder that sometimes perfection is found in something as simple as a ripe piece of fruit. 11. Rambutan. In the humid landscapes of Southeast Asia, Among palm trees and bustling markets, a fruit appears that seems to have come out of a fantasy story. The rambutan. At first glance, its skin is covered in soft red and green spines that give it an almost animal-like appearance, as if it were a small tropical hedgehog. But behind that peculiar exterior hides a juicy treasure that has won over those who dare to try it. When you open it, the husk separates easily to reveal a white and shiny pulp, similar to that of a lychee, with a firm but juicy texture. Its flavor is sweet, refreshing, and has a floral note that makes it an irresistible treat on hot days. Each fruit encloses a seed in the center, which isn't eaten, but in some regions is toasted to take advantage of its mild, almond-like flavor. In Thailand, Malaysia, and Indonesia, rambutan is a common seasonal fruit, sold in freshly cut bunches. Children peel it quickly, and travelers are fascinated by its appearance and freshness. It's also used in fruit salads, cold desserts, and sweet syrups, although many agree that the best way to enjoy it is as is, freshly opened. Beyond its sweetness, rambutan is rich in vitamin C, iron, and antioxidants, making it an ally for strengthening the immune system and maintaining energy. Its season, brief but abundant, fills the markets with color and aroma, marking a special time of year. Rambutan shows that in nature, beauty can take unexpected forms. Under a skin that seems to protect it from the world, it hides a sweet and refreshing heart, reminding us that sometimes the most delicious things are right behind the strangest. 12. Durian. In Southeast Asia, where markets are full of intense colors and aromas, there is a fruit that causes extreme reactions. The durian, known as the king of fruits. Its husk is green and covered in sharp spines, like a natural fortress that protects its interior. However, it's not its appearance that has made it famous, but its smell. An aroma so powerful and penetrating that it's forbidden to carry it in many hotels and public transports in the region. Those who describe it talk of a fragrance that mixes notes of onion, strong cheese, and fermented fruit. For some, it's unbearable. For others, it's the prelude to a unique delicacy. And once it's opened, and you get past the impact of the smell, a yellow and creamy pulp appears, with a texture that resembles a thick mousse and a flavor that combines intense sweetness with a salty and nutty background. Durian is more than a fruit. In countries like Thailand, Malaysia, or Indonesia, it's part of the cultural identity. It's eaten fresh, in smoothies, ice creams, and even in savory dishes like curries and soups. Its season is awaited as an event, and in the markets, vendors skillfully open it to serve it on the spot. Rich in carbohydrates, fiber, vitamins, and minerals like potassium and iron, durian is also a considerable source of energy. Its composition includes tryptophan, an amino acid related to the feeling of well-being, which has earned it the reputation of being a feel-good fruit. Loved and detested with the same intensity, durian is a complete sensory experience. From the instant its smell announces its presence, to the last creamy bite it leaves in your mouth. For many, trying it isn't just eating a fruit. It's overcoming a challenge and discovering a flavor that is unlike any other in the world. 13. Monstera deliciosa. In the humid jungles of Central America, a climbing plant grows that, in addition to adorning the landscape with its large green and perforated leaves, holds a fruit so peculiar it seems invented, the Monstera deliciosa. Its scientific name already suggests that it's something special, and its nickname, fruit salad plant, perfectly describes the experience of trying it. Its fruit is elongated and covered by green hexagons that, as they ripen, turn yellow and begin to detach like pieces of a puzzle. It's then that it reveals its juicy, white and aromatic pulp, with a flavor that mixes the sweetness of banana, the freshness of pineapple, and the smoothness of mango. It's like eating a tropical salad concentrated in a single bite. But the Monstera deliciosa is also a fruit that demands patience and care. Eating it before it's completely ripe can be dangerous, as it contains microscopic crystals of calcium oxalate that irritate the mouth and throat. That's why, in the areas where it grows, the tradition is to let the fruit open on its own, releasing its aroma and ensuring it's ready to be enjoyed without risks. In its natural habitat, in addition to being food for people, it's a source of nectar for birds and small mammals, which help to disperse its seeds. Outside the jungles, Monstera has become popular as an ornamental plant, but few know that, with the right care, it can also bear this exotic fruit in suitable climates. Trying a Monstera deliciosa is like receiving a summary of tropical diversity in a single flavor. It's a reminder that nature, in its infinite creativity, can concentrate the best of several fruits into one and dress it with an appearance as strange as it is beautiful. 14. Black sapote. In the warm lands of Mexico and Central America, a fruit grows that holds one of the most surprising contrasts in the plant kingdom, the black sapote. At first glance, its smooth green skin might suggest an unripe fruit, but you only have to open it to discover a dark brown, creamy, and sweet interior, with an aroma that recalls cocoa. Its flavor is so similar to a chocolate mousse that in many regions it's known as the chocolate pudding fruit. However, there's no trick or additives. It's nature in its purest form that achieves this effect. When it's at its perfect point of ripeness, its pulp becomes soft and unctuous, ideal for eating alone or mixed with a little milk, honey, or cinnamon. Black sapote has been part of the Mesoamerican diet for centuries. The indigenous peoples consumed it fresh, but also used it in energetic drinks and desserts. In addition to its unique flavor, it's a rich source of vitamin C, potassium, and fiber, making it a nutritious and healthy food. One of its most striking curiosities is that, unlike other fruits, black sapote doesn't lose its appeal when its pulp darkens. In fact, that's the sign that it's ready to be enjoyed. In local markets, vendors gently press the skin to check its ripeness, knowing that under that green husk, a delicacy is hidden. In modern gastronomy, creative chefs have incorporated it into mousses, cakes, and smoothies, taking advantage of its natural chocolate flavor to create desserts without cocoa or added sugar. Black sapote is proof that nature not only imitates cooking, but sometimes surpasses it, offering a dessert ready to eat directly from the tree. 15. Horned melon, Kiwano. In the dry plains of Africa, where the sun is intense and vegetation adapts to survive, a fruit grows that seems designed for a fantasy world. The horned melon, also known as Kiwano. Its bright orange skin is covered in pointy protuberances that give it an almost alien-like appearance, as if it were a jewel brought from another planet. When you cut it, the surprise is even greater. Inside, a green and gelatinous pulp unfolds into dozens of small capsules filled with juice. Its flavor is subtle, a fresh and light mix that recalls cucumber with an acidic kick similar to kiwi. It's refreshing, and while it doesn't aim to dazzle with intensity, it wins you over with its juicy texture and its ability to hydrate in hot climates. In its place of origin, Kiwano is valued not only for its flavor, but also for its resilience. It can be stored for weeks without losing quality, making it an important resource in areas where fresh fruits aren't always available. Today, it's also cultivated in New Zealand, Australia, and the United States, where it has earned a place in gourmet cuisine thanks to its exotic appearance. Rich in vitamin C, potassium, and antioxidants, horned melon is a healthy and versatile food. It's eaten directly with a spoon, added to tropical salads, or used to decorate cocktails, providing an impressive visual touch. Even its skin, once empty, is used as a decorative container in creative presentations. Kiwano is a reminder that nature isn't afraid to be extravagant. Under its armor of spines, a green and refreshing heart is hidden, ready to surprise both those who try it for the first time and those who cultivate it and watch it grow under the scorching sun.